right, everyone. What's up? It's your girl KGAINEZ. I'm here to progress into the new year, 2011. And I'm here to present everyone with 7 dead Photoshop effects and techniques for 2011. What I'm trying to say is we have got to, I guess, get up to speed and get our creativity going. I see a lot of copycat, a lot of cookie cutter stuff, and all that's got to stop. And these, I'm just going to present you all with 7 dead Photoshop techniques and 2 honorable mentions. So let's hop right into it. For the first one, vignettes. Why are we still doing vignettes? Why are we still cutting people out with feather tools? Why is this even cool? Like, it's not even cool for, it's just not, it's not cool anymore. It's dated, and for some odd reason, every time somebody uses it, it's always with the lowest quality photo they can find. It's not cool. It doesn't do anything. If you want to do like a collage, or if you want to do something different, I would recommend cutting out the picture with a good shape, clean lines. Do something like that. Make something different. But vignettes, feather tools, that's dead. Number 2, 3D lines. And let me first start by saying, whoever came up with this, it's actually a very good idea. It's actually very genius. It's very clean. It's very nice. And if anybody knows anything about me, I'm all about clean. This, though, is kind of, it's a trick. And once you do that trick, it kind of loses its fervor. So I see a lot of people, they'll make it part of their header. Then they'll make it a part of their navigation bar. Then they'll make it part of their crumbs. It's just like, this, you can't do it. I don't think you can do it but once if you do decide to do it. And if you do it more than once, then you're beating a dead horse. And the key word there is dead. So that's dead. Number 3, halftone dots. You can't do halftone dots unless you're doing something that's related to a comic book. If you want a pattern of circles, use a solid pattern of circles. There's nothing wrong with that. This just automatically makes your design look elementary. Juvenile, it's not cool unless you're doing comic book. And otherwise, this is just dead. What's next? Number 4, extreme outer glow and bevel and emboss. And this is what I like to call the automatic cheapener. You can have the best background in the world. You could have created the best 3D CG monster or something like that. But as soon as you slap something like this on top of it, it automatically loses. It's automatically dead. I'm not looking at it anymore. This is terrible. If this is your logo, you have lost. This is not cute. Play around with the blending modes. Play around with the depth. Play around with what you got. This is just not cute. It has no qualities of it. If you just want to glow, I would just tell you to put some text on something and put a soft brush behind it, much like I do here. Okay. Number 5, Sine Dots. And I don't really know if this is the right word for it, but Sine Dots. And this is another one of those things. Once you figure it out, you figure out how to use it. It is a pretty good invention, but it was a bandwagon, and it's just done. It's done. It's I don't know how many different ways we can make swirlies, and how many different ways we can make lines and make them entangle in each other and frolic. But this is dead. This is done, over, finished. Number 6, linear gradients for backgrounds. Linear gradients are just not cute. What I'm doing, as you can see, with all my stuff, if I need a gradient in the background, if I want to add some depth, it's either a radial gradient, or I'll put a soft brush behind the background like I did here, play with the opacity, and get something that I like. That's not cute. And what it reminds me of is Web 2.0. And if in 2011 you're still in Web 2.0, I don't know if you're gonna win. I don't really know if you're gonna make it in 2011. I don't really know if this is for you. So, linear gradients, dead. Number 7, the same font. And let me clarify something real quick. I'm not talking about using the same typeface. I'm using the same typeface. I'm using the same family. As you can see here, this is all Futura. It's all the same face, but I have different weights. And some of them are condensed, and some of them are not. What I'm talking about is using the same exact font for everything. This makes everything boring. This is just... If this is a reader, like this is supposed to be a party flyer, event flyer, this is not going to get anybody's attention. This, I don't claim to be a typographer or anything, but if you're afraid to mix fonts, use the same font family, but just use different weights and just make things different, because this is dead. And that's it for my 7. Now, I do have honorable mentions, which are endangered species. And if you ask me, I think by the end of 2011, I actually give you till about July. I think these things will probably be dead. And I got 2 of them. 2 decent ones. First one is what I call Splish Splash. I have no clue what it's really called. I saw it once on one website, and after that, it just spread like wildfire. Like if you didn't do it, there was something wrong with you. This is the effect I'm talking about. You can see it over the B and the D and the milk. And I'm pretty sure every time I've seen this, it had something to do with milk, or it was on a person. And my first issue is, why would I put blood and milk together? That's number 1. But let me track back a little bit. His or her composition is really solid. I must say that. You got a texture in that background. Instead of using the Sine Dots in the back, he's got like lines, I think. It might be a Sine Dot though. But I think the composition is pretty well played. But this Splish Splash thing, I've seen it on text. I've seen it on humans. I don't know what else y'all can do with it. But if you want it to continue to live, you got to do something else with it. Alright? My next honorable mention, and this is one I like myself, and I have to learn this. This pattern, DAMASK, is everything to me personally. Like, if I could get a tattoo of it, I would. But it's just like, everybody's using it. Everybody's overdoing it. If it's not part of the background, it's part of my foreground. And it's just like, okay, you know? And there's probably maybe about 7 good DAMASK patterns going around. I haven't seen more than that. I mean, we're all using the same ones. It's always black and some sort of dreary color. I've seen it black and dark purple and all. It's just, let's move along. Let's do something new. Let's find another pattern. I must say, this is hot, but I think it might be time to kind of move on and only hit the DAMASK when is absolutely necessary. Like, we're putting DAMASK behind like really clean modern things, and I don't think that's what it's for. But anywho, that's me. I'm KGAINEZ, and I have just presented you with 7 dead Photoshop techniques and 2 honorable mentions for the year 2011. We are going to be modern designers by the end of 2011. Everybody. Alright, you got any questions? Hit me up.